Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is NoDust here, and we are going to do a new series. I'm starting a new series called NoDust in the Arena. Just ignore the Gul'dan overlay for now. I'm going to replace that with the actual Arena class that we pick. So, let me get into the correct overlay. Like the title card says, we're going to play some Arena. And it's a good chance because, you know, I finally finished saving up for League of Explorers. I've got all the wings on my primary account, that is. So I can finally start banking some gold to buy Arena packs. To buy Arena tickets and so on and so forth. So let's do this. Okay. And fitting as it is that my primary series is a budget rogue ladder climb, we are going to go rogue.
Never see it coming.
Yeah. And before we do that, let me fix my win-loss counter as well. I just had some numbers on it to give me an idea of where the counter will be, but we'll blank it out for now. Okay. Let's do some picking. Ogre Ninja is good. I like the stats of the ogres, but they're very unreliable. Many times I've lost games because the ogre hasn't gone where I've wanted them to go. I really think that ogres are good if you can manage to get some taunt activators. So if you give them taunt with Sun Furies or Arguses, they represent a big body, bigger than the usual cost of the card. But yeah, let's go with Violet. Violet, nice and reliable card. Ooh. Do I want Frostwolf or Coldblood? I'm not too quick to discount Frostwolf because it's quite a useful card. It's good. It's really useful for protecting important things on the board. Although Coldblood has more tempo, also synergizes with the Violet Teacher. Let's take Coldblood. Gang Up or the War Golem. War Golem really is quite poor as a 7-drop. But then again, Gang Up is even slower than that. So let's take War Golem. I'm not super happy to take the War Golem, but should be okay. Pit Snake is excellent value, actually. Usually I would pick Deadly, but I think Pit Snake, it goes 1-for-1 against anything it comes up against, except for Divine Shield. Although, having said that, Deadly Poison allows me to gain some tempo on the board using my weapon. Let's take the Pit Snake. I haven't tried it in Arena. This is the first time I played Arena since League of Explorers was announced, and I started saving gold. Okay, Injured Blade or Light's Champion. They're basically the same. I don't think I'll really be able to heal the Injured Blade. Fancy Coach isn't that great in Rogue. You don't tend to want to. You don't tend to need a discounted hero power. So I think I'll take the Light's Champion. Pit Stake number 2 or yeah, let's take Pit Stake number 2. The reason I pick it over the Gilbert, and obviously Gorilla Butt, I don't have any mechs in this deck, so I'm not going to consider it just yet. The reason I pick it over the Gilbert is they both had the same number of attack, but the one cost is much better for combos and much better for tempo play. Plus, you know, it goes 1-for-1 against most anything. 3 Pit Snakes. Let's do it. 3 Pit Snakes. Don't need any more 1-drops. Auto Barber is excellent. Great value in Arena. Now, do I want the Valiant or do I want Assassins? I can... Or do I want the Anubisath? Anubisath is 5 for a 7/7 if I can get it to die, but it's a little slow. I could use some more 2-drops. But then again, the Assassins, you don't always get a chance. Plus, Assassins combos well with Auto Bar. But let's take 1 Assassins. Definitely wouldn't pick a second if it comes along. Mountain Giant's a nice big body, but it's hard to get it. It's hard to have it discounted. It's difficult to get it discounted. Sideshow can be useful. The question is which is more consistent? And I think the Mountain Giant is more consistent. I'd like the idea of Sideshow, but I think it's just a little bit too... I think I'm picking the Tidehunter here. Acolyte or the Kobold. Now the Acolyte isn't as good in classes. I mean, Acolyte is especially good in Mage, but not as good in Rogue. But I think it can still be okay. And I don't have any spells that benefit from spell damage. If I had Eviscerates, the thing is, I could also be picking the Geomancer in advance, anticipating that I'll be picking up some spells. Now, Rogues do tend to get a fair number of spells. But then again, I have no card draw. Let's take the Acolyte. Let's just see how we go with the Acolyte. Stonepark is quick, but the Valdir is great for finishing games, although the Tiger is better for board control. Let's look at my finishes. I've got 2 cards as a finisher. I think I will take the Tiger, just for a little bit more board control. The Scarab is excellent, but it doesn't represent much of a threat on turn 2. It does extend the life of my deck, however. I think I take the Scarab. I don't really want to slow myself down with the Venture Cone. I think I've got enough late game as is. Let's take the Scarab. See how we go. Cult is always pretty good. And again, I've got no way to activate the Armani. I think I take the Cult. Given I have 3 Pit Snakes and a couple of Murloc Tide Hunters and Jeweled Scarabs, if I can get a couple of draws off the Cult, we can be in a very good position. Now, I already have 3 Pit Snakes, and these are all 1-drops. I think I take the Abusive. Just to give me something slightly different. I don't want too many of the same card. Well, the question is, can you have too many Pit Snakes? I don't know, but I think Abusive is better late game than that's hard to say. Not picking the second Assassins, that's way too slow. I'll take the Harvest Golem. Don't need as many 2-drops now that I have so many Pit Snakes and early drops. Rag is excellent. Rag is excellent for just as a finisher. Yep. And I think we're done for our finishes. We pretty much have enough finishes. Heckler is fine here. Raid Leader, I would pick it if I could make dudes, but this deck doesn't really make dudes. Again, with Auctioneer, I don't really have any spells to combo with it at the moment. I think I'll go with the Drake. Blood Sail is pretty good. Let's see how many early drops. I've got 4 early, 5, 6. This is not really an early drop. 6, 7. I think I've almost got enough early drops. Blood Sail can do good work with my weapon, but that's more of a mid-game. If I'm weaponing up with the Blood Sail, that's more of a mid-game minion anyway. Let's take the second Heckler. Direwolf is great, since I have so many 1-drops. But do I want it above my Deadly Poison? Now, Deadly Poison also works really good with Assassin's Blade also. I think I take the Deadly here, since given that I have an Assassin's Blade. Direwolf also can give me a lot of reach. Give my 1-drops a lot of reach. Let's take the Deadly. Yeah, let's take the Deadly. Not a fan of Crocolisk at the moment. Do I want Gang Up? I feel that Gang Up is too slow. Let's take the Senjin. How many 2? 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 2-drops. I think that's enough for now. I'm gonna hedge on the amount of 1-drops that we have. And 6-drop is great. Argent Commander. And the Betrayal. And we don't have too many spells in this deck, so I think I will take the Betrayal. And it also combos quite well with Abusive. And if you're really in a pinch, you can combo it with Cold Blood. You can give a minion 4 attack and get it to clear a big scary thing. Horse Rider is probably pretty good value. Direwolf, again, we've got so many 1-drops. This is a tough choice. These are good quality cards. How am I 3-drops? 1, 2, 3. I could use the Horse Rider actually. Let's take the Horse Rider. Ringleader is a great late game 2-drop. I could use it early game in a pinch as well. I don't think I'll take the Valdir because 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already got 4 6+ drops. I don't think I need any more than that. Unless they're particularly high in value, I don't think I need any more than that. I'm very tempted actually to take the Buccaneer here. The Owl could also be useful, but there's not a ton of synergy here. I think I take the Buccaneer really because it does basically the same. If I have 3 mana instead of 2, I mean, Bluegill is slightly faster, but if I have 3 mana, I can simulate the effect of a Bluegill without having to trade the minion away. So I think I take the Buccaneer. Second Deadly. I don't think I want a second Deadly. I think it's a little awkward to have a second Deadly. Then again, Shadow Step and Worgen aren't great either. I'm picking up a ton of early game. Maybe I do take the second Deadly just to slow my deck down a little bit. Not a fan of the Shadow Step since I don't really have any super impactful battle cries. Yeah, I'll take the second Deadly just to slow myself down a little bit. If I have this many 1-drops, I fear running into just running out of cards. Skulker is going to be excellent to come back onto the board. I think we pick Skulker, although there is an argument to be made for the Commander, just given how many 1-drops we have. Okay, let's pick up the Skulker. There's our deck. and I will quickly do some screenshots. Whoa! What's with the light up effect? Let me try and fix that. There we go. Fix the light up effect. I'll do some screenshots and I will pop into the YouTube Vortex and put the deck list for your reference, for you guys' reference on the side. Be right back. Okay guys, I have returned and we should have the list on the right hand side. Please let me know if there are any issues. Let's get right into it. Okay, game 1 versus where is it? Paladin. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think I throw back the abusive. Don't think I'll need the reach of the abusive at this point. Yeah, the main issue that I worry about this deck is that we're going to run out of steam. I don't think we have enough card draw really to be able to keep up this amount of just to sustain the number of 1-drops that you have in Arena. So maybe one of the notes is I want to take down is too many 1-drops in the draft. Too early? Yeah, I think perhaps I should have looked for something else. Yeah, anyway. Let's just see how we go.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Now it looks like we're in a little bit of trouble this game. I'm not super worried right now, but well, you know, you never know. I can coin Defias weapon up. I think that's what I will do. Now what do I want to clear? I think I clear the protector because then I can save this thing to heal for the full amount. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait to clear the zombie chow. Because clearing it now, it heals me for 2. But if I clear it next turn, it heals me for 4. So it's not too bad. Oh, there's a lot of minions on the board for my Paladin friend here. Okay. Scarab is fine. I think Scarab is better next turn, honestly. Yeah. Now, Lights Champ. Do I play Harvest or Lights Champion? Lights Champion challenges both of these guys. I think it's actually better to play Lights Champion here. It challenges the Dragonly mechanic, and it also challenges the Razor Fen. It is more vulnerable to Sword, to True Silver, but what are you going to do? You know, you sort of need to come back into the game. He's also quite vulnerable to that, but he did slow down his turn quite considerably to clear my Lights Champion, so I'm not too worried about that. And being able to develop my Assassin's Blade quite neatly and be able to clear this thing. Next turn I can Senjin and Jewel Scarab. Probably should have thought a little bit more about developing the Assassins, but I think getting value with the Assassins on turn 5, you know, it was a pretty neat turn. My health isn't at the I'm not super comfortable with the amount of health that I have right now, but we'll see how we go. You know, game 1 of Arena, can't really read too much into these things. Yeah, but I am sort of lucky to not be drawing all of our 1-drops consecutively, but we will have to see. Okay, and I think, actually, no, I think the Senjin is still more correct. I think I'm going to swing at the Ice Rager, but first we're going to draw a card, see what we find. No cold. Actually, the Cold Light may come in handy for me to refill my hand. The other one is Iron Forge, but I don't really need that 1 damage because since my hero power, I don't have no qualms about swinging an Assassin's Blade to kill a dude. I think I take the Cold Light. If I run out as like a last ditch effort, if I seriously run out of options, I can Cold Light to try and save myself, or a Cold Light to look for a Cold Blood to put on the Argent Commander, allow it to deal 8 damage. So it could be used as a finisher. And just given how fast our hand is, I think it maybe that's the best choice. Who knows? Ooh, scary. Yeah, doesn't look like we're going to win this game, but that's okay. You know, the first few games of Arena tend to be quite tough as it is. And when am I going to have to take 7 damage? No, I can't afford to take 7 damage. I have to use the Argent Commander. Yeah, me taking the 7, same as. I mean, there's still a ton of damage here.
Here we
clear
go.
This. Yeah, we're dead to 3 damage, which is Hammer of Wrath, or True Silver, or Blessed Champion, I think. Yeah, I think we just started a little too. Ironically, we started a little slowly against the Paladin. Really had to do with that Argent Protector on turn 2. Argent Protector on Zombie Chow that cleared my Pit Snake. So yeah, like I said before, Pit Snake very vulnerable. Ooh, scary. Very vulnerable to things such as... Well, let's see what we find. I don't think we're going to be finding anything. I don't think we have any heals in this deck. That's an interesting combo. Yeah, we're done. And that's fine. We go 0-1 down. I'm not too fussed about how we go. I haven't played Arena in a while. A little bit rusty, so let's see how we go. Game 2. Here we go. Game 2 versus Mage. I'm going to throw the Ringleader back. Ringleader is a better late game 2-drop. Comboed out, gives you 4-3 worth of stats for 2 mana, so not too bad about that. Yeah, just thinking about the amount of 1-drops, and this is a great start actually. You think about the amount of 1-drops that this deck has. I think that yeah, I'll tax your coin. I'll tax your coin ping. Thinking about the amount of 1-drops this deck has, I think I should have held off on that second Pit Snake. I think I pulled the trigger a little too early. I think what I want to do is to wait on further 1-drops until you're further into the draft. E.g., don't draft a second until you're about 15 cards in. Third until you're about 25 cards in. I think that's the general rule I'm gonna try to apply. I don't want to draft too many 1-drops, so I'll draft like the first good one that comes along. I'll pick it, but then I'll try not to pick a second one until about 15 cards in. Obviously, these things don't always work out. These things, you know, Arena sometimes throws too many 1-drops or too few 1-drops, you know, so on and so forth. But you know, it's just useful. I think definitely in this draft, I picked up a few too many 1-drops, and these things happen. Fairly neat clear here. Pretty happy with that. And also, this sort of board state is pretty good against the ping. The Mage definitely wants to ping either or of these, but you can't ping all of them. That's one of the things you can do against Mage. You know, if you know they're going to ping, present them multiple ping targets so that one of them will always survive. Not as... I mean, it would have been probably presenting the Pit Snake and the Murloc Tidehunter. You know, you can't ping twice in a turn, unless you've got a Garrison Commander. Chugger, that's fine. Okay, alright. Now that's interesting. I think I do want to weapon up. And I swing at this, yeah. Save me the freeze. And like before, we have multiple 1-drops for the Mage to ping, and it's always going to be a tough choice. One of them will always survive. I mean, you know, 99% chance that this thing's going to get pinged. If my opponent knows what the Pit Spider does, 99% chance it's going to get pinged. And we're running into that issue here. I don't have any card draw. So I've got so many 1-drops, I've got so much early game. The Arena has given me so much early game that we're running out of cards. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. We seem to be lucky here because my opponent doesn't really know what he or she is doing. I don't know why you would Frost Nova this board instead of just pinging one of them, but you know, these things happen when you go 0-1. You lose to a legend card back, and you know, on game 1, and you go 0-1 down. These things happen. You run into players who aren't as experienced in Arena and so on and so forth. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can still swing. But see, we might still lose because my opponent has four cards in hand and we have 2. I don't know. Let's just see how the top deck treats us. That's actually pretty handy. I will hold the Deadly. I will equip the Assassins now since it takes so much mana to equip. But I'll hold the Deadly just in case that we get oozed. I still have a backup weapon buff. Better to hold this as a surprise anyway, in my opinion. Flame Lance, okay. It's okay, we're sitting okay. I think I might just start swinging at your face with my... Yeah. I don't think mages have too many weapon buffs. I'm just going to start swinging at your face for 5 damage each turn. that really is my win condition right now. Would have been really nice if we'd gotten a Blade Flurry in the draft, but no, these things happen. And we're on one card, a one cost card. Yeah, I think the Cold Blood there. I don't know. I've always been a little bit iffy about Cold Blood. I like the tempo that it gives you, but I would always, 99% of the time, I would pick what was it? Eviscerate over Cold Blood, because Cold Blood requires, like, Cold Blood's more aggressive. If you can protect the cold-blooded minion, then you're going to deal a ton of damage. But you very rarely have the chance to be that aggressive. And if you're using Cold Blood defensively, you're trading not only the Cold Blood card, but also the minion that trades into the opponent's minion. So it's like you 2-for-1 yourself to clear with Cold Blood. Are you serious? All right.
Here we go.
Do I develop the Buccaneer? I don't think I need to. Yeah, I think I just keep swinging. The logic behind developing the Buccaneer is it either draws the attention of the Matter Bomber, or more likely draws the Fire Blast, and reduces my opponent's ability to play big minions. The big thing that will kill me now is some sort of Taunt Activator, something like a Sunwalker, something like a Sun Fury Protector, something like an Argus. So I'm basically hedging on that not happening. Okay, so that's pretty bad news for me. Frostbolt's going to put a stop to that, but we do have a number of cards. Okay, man. Oh, that's problematic. Okay, we might have lost. Yeah, that Frostbolt pickup is, yeah, we might have lost. Next turn we're going to be able to play this for 10 mana. Yeah, so you're playing defensively. Yeah, so it's just the lack of card draw in this deck, and I didn't really get offered much card draw. I think I should have shied away. I mean, just that draft stage where I had 3 1-drops. Like, you couldn't have not picked a 1-drop. That's problematic. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to start clearing, but I think I'm still done for. Yeah, it's just that Frostbolt ended me, because if I swing at this, I'm still gonna be taking tons of damage. Yeah, we're done. We're done.
I can't do that.
I'll give you lethal use.
Here we go.
Going down 2-0. Yeah, well, you know, I think I really have to chalk it down to my poor drafting. Getting 5 1-drops is really bad form. And you know what? We're going to start the series off with not the best results. Who cares? Let's try again. All right, game 3, Mage. We'll keep the Buccaneer. No, I don't really want that. With the number of 1-drops, I should be able to start off a little quicker than that. Yeah, and also another thing to remember is since I haven't played Arena in so long, Arena favors classes that can ping. And now, do I want to feed the Buccaneer or the Pit Snake? Let's feed the Pit Snake, because the Buccaneer gives me a little more tempo. Favors classes that can ping. So Pit Snake actually suffers versus Druid, Mage, Rogue. Druid, Mage, Rogue being, you know, some of the more popular classes in Arena. Let's develop this one too. Turn 3, I don't really have a play in hand, so I don't mind weaponing up on turn 3. Because it again gives my opponent the tough decision: which one do you clear, which one do you ping. Okay. Yeah, a nasty wake-up call. But hey, that's cool. You know, at least I'll keep doing some arena. I'll just keep doing arena runs. You know, it's the way it's going to be. I like playing arena. Okay, cool. So this is being protected. That's fine. And no need to weapon up now. Excellent. I wonder what pinging the Buccaneer says about. Well, I guess it shows that the intention of my Mage opponent is to ping turn 3 turn 2 turn 3 ping ho, just ping. Huge Toad, interesting. I think what I do here is I think I develop the Teacher. Or actually, the Drake becomes a 4/4. I don't think the Drake is going to be in. There's not going to be any better time to play the Drake, honestly, because I don't have much card draw in this deck. Yeah, let's play the Drake, and the reason I play the Drake first is I hope that the Death Rattle lands on the Drake. There we go. Good. Now there was also the argument to be made that I could have just left that thing up, but then he could have cleared my opponent could have cleared the Drake using Toad ping on the Drake. So, you know, things can go either way. Now, Skulker is fine here. Gives me a nice strong minion. Problem is going into turn... well, we're not reaching turn 7 yet, but once we get closer to turn 7, I have a number of minions that are quite vulnerable to Flame Strike. Which means I'll probably want to be playing the Violet Teacher next turn to just give me some Flame Strike insurance. Now, okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm quite happy with the pickup. Do I want to put this into ping? Do I want to put this into ping range? Yeah, why not? I'll control the board. There may be something like a blizzard coming. And plus, again, like I said before, 2 ping targets. Most likely you're going to ping the Dark Iron Skulker, but you can't ping them both. So at least my Defias Bandit is protected. By virtue of the Dark Iron Skulker taking the shot. Like, literally jumping in front of the gun and taking the shot. Oh, okay, that was a good play. Interesting. Okay. I think we just go straight War Golem. Not much of a chance. Like, you know, it's such a slow card. It's very weak to Flame Strike, but at the same time, I mean, not sorry, it's very weak to things like Poly and Fireball, but also makes my board quite powerful against Flame Strike. Doesn't mean my opponent doesn't have a Flame Strike, but spending the entire turn dealing with a War Golem, I'm quite happy if you do that. And, do I show my weapon? Do I show my Deadly Poison? I don't think I need to. My hand adds up to... But then again, if I generate a guy... If I generate a guy, I become vulnerable to MCT. I don't think... Let's hold it. Let's hold it. I think there's a lot more... things can be a lot more disastrous if I play into MCT. The other line of play was to make a guy, and then I will be able to abusive it next turn. Whew, okay, that was good. Just coming off with the good play there. Okay, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? None of my things trade in very neatly to the Jouster. Yeah, none of them do. That's quite annoying, actually. I could just run into the Jouster, but I need 6 attack. Yeah, it's just going to be quite awkward. I think I'm going to do it this way.
I am ready to learn.
Now I don't need the Auto Barber right now, so I think I'll hold the Auto Barber. Give this a clear, protecting my Violet Apprentice, and let's put up an Evil Heckler. Now we're already very weak to Flame Strike, so I don't want to develop any more into that. Plus my opponent has a huge hand. There is merit to being more aggressive than just pushing for the game. And possibly I should be more aggressive. It's just, I don't know. I think if I had a Cold Blood in hand, I think I would have been more aggressive. Let's just see how we go. Okay. This works. Mountain Giant. Abusive on this.
I shall do as you say.
And yeah, I can throw away my taunt. Now that I have very few cards in hand, I'll swing with my 3 attack weapon. I can buff it to a 2 attack weapon next turn. We're looking pretty good, but with that many cards in hand, you're very likely to have a Flame Lance or possibly even a Flame Strike Frostbolt ping. Well, no, you can't Flame Strike Frostbolt ping because that's 11 mana, but you can Frostbolt the Giant to slow me down quite considerably. So let's see how we go.
Whoops.
What are you doing?
You win.
Okay, wow, we got lucky. At least it's not a total blowout. Yeah. At least we didn't go 0-3. And I think I will save. I think the general modus operandi, the MO for these arena videos will be the first video I will draft like the first game, like the slot for the first game will be draft, then I'll do 3 games, and then the next video it'll be 4 games, you know, next video we'll do game 4, 5, 6 and 7 if we even get that far. But let's just review very quickly over, like, we have decent late game. The issue is we have so much early game that let me actually remind myself. I think we have so much early game that we need to keep cultist. If I see the dark cultist and possibly even acolyte, we need that card draw. So these are the notes for myself for the next video. Possibly even scarab. So we actually have decent amounts of card draw now that I look at it. But the way card draw works is the faster your hand is, the faster your deck is, the more card draw you need. And I have so many 1-drops. 1, 2, 3. I mean, the deadlies aren't as fast. You can count them as 3 mana cards. So say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 1-mana cards. Cold Blood is also slower, but okay, let's say 5 1-mana cards. That's way too many. I'd be much more comfortable with 3 or 4. Going down to maybe 2 is okay as well. I wouldn't go as low as none. I mean, you can with certain classes, not with Rogue, I think, because Rogue, so much of being a Rogue is about protecting a 1-drop with your weapon, or protecting a 1-drop with your backstab. Anyway, the deck is okay. I don't think we're going to go much further. Maybe we get another game, you know, in the next video, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, so these are the notes to myself. We have so much early game, 5 1-drops, that we need to keep the cultist, the acolyte, and possibly even the scarab. Yeah, if I find those in my mulligan, I'm going to keep them. Is there anything else? It might even be worth another note. And Crip recently did a video about this as well, about arena mulligans. I'll put a link in the show notes. Crip on arena mulligans. Link in the show notes. You might even be worth, like, if you know the general quality of your deck isn't great, might even be worth keeping things like Tiger, Rag, or maybe Argent Commander. I think Argent Commander isn't that great to keep, but Tiger, Rag, things like Senjin, Heckler, things like so I have so many. I've got so many 1-drops that I can't really risk running out of steam mid game. Yeah, so I think my future mulligan strategy is try to keep higher value, higher impact mid and late game, because I'm almost guaranteed, like, with this many 1-drops and a decent amount of 2s and 3s, like I'm sort of lucky because I don't have too many 2s and 3s, but if I have a ton of 2s and 3s, then, like, you're basically always going to draw early game. But I have a decent amount of late game finisher, so if I can keep something like a Mountain Giant, probably, I don't know about the Mountain Giant, but anyway, if I can keep something like the Rag, something like the Tiger, something like the Evil Hecklers, then that can actually boost me into the late game. So I really encourage you guys to watch that Crypt video, because I was watching it this morning. I was thinking, yeah, you know, it makes sense for arena, not so much for constructed, but it does make sense if you just get a feel for how your list is going, especially when it's not doing well, and you can identify. Like, I'm just trying to identify why I'm running out of steam, and I think there are ways for me to draft that prevent me running out of steam as quickly. Okay, so let's finish up. There's no guarantee that I'm going to go any further than 1-3. Like, I could just start the next game and just totally bomb out. But you know what? If that happens, maybe I'll try to do a draft. I don't know. I'll figure it out when we get there. Yeah. If we bomb, maybe I'll just start the next arena run, and I'll combine 2 arena runs. You know, it'll be part of a whole thing. I'll figure it out. Let me do some thinking on it. Let me think on it, and we will see how things go. Okay, so let's wrap things up there. I want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Although I wouldn't expect you to like this video too much, since we went 0-2 and then clawed back a win against a 9-hand Mage. Maybe the Mage opponent just felt sorry for me. Anyway, no excuses. I'm just rusty. You know, I'm horrible at arena. That's fine. You know, that's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a good day. Have a lovely day. Have a restful holiday period. And I will be back with some more Arena Rogue. I do intend to finish this Rogue Arena later on, possibly today, possibly tomorrow. So the video will go up not too much later than you'll be seeing this one. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. This is NoDust signing off.